All right, everybody. Alex Glenn, partnerprograms.io. We're back with another segment of In Between Two Banana Leaves. My colleague over there that's don't chew on the leaf, is Alex Zachman. Alex is the CEO of One North Collective. We have a lot of fun talking about partner programs, so we decided to create a little segment where we actually walk you through kind of the mindset and the decision-making process with regards to deciding on partner programs and deciding on SaaS in general through the partnership program angle. Alex is in a unique situation right now where he's deciding on a new headless CMS because one of his partners went out of business. What I'd like to know from Alex are a couple questions around why he's looking for a headless CMS, why headless in particular, and then what happens when he goes through the research process, what he looks for on the partner page, what he looks for on the blog, what sort of conversations and questions does he have with the internal team at this new CMS to determine whether they are a fit to be his partner. So first and foremost, Alex, why are you looking for a headless CMS? Let's get that one off first.
I think the easiest way or the easiest explanation is that I'm wanting to future-proof. I'm assuming you've heard of 5G, yeah? So 5G is fundamentally going to change the way the internet functions. We're at 1978, the Apple and Altair and the personal computer revolution is about to start, and it's going to change the way business operates. We're no longer just going to consume the internet from a tablet, a phone, or a laptop. Mm-hmm. Already starting to see the smart speaker explosion. We're starting to see Apple watches and Samsung watches. You have virtual reality, you have outdoor billboards, you have, screens in lobbies that all need to have populated content. When you actually have a headless or a decoupled CMS, you're able to actually build out a template that essentially your web server and database in headless are actually pulled apart and they're connected via APIs. So in a headless system, your database is decoupled from the server.
So the opposite of a WordPress, and there's security issues, obviously, there's flexibility benefits, but you're talking about the ability to be more nimble and more value add for a client by separating the two, and then you can work your magic on the front end.
Yes. And what I would say is, I don't know why people, I know why people are using WordPress, but it was designed to be a blog, not run a marketing site or e-commerce. It was be a blog.
I feel like you're yelling at me right now. I feel like you're yelling at me right now.
I am.
Just because I run WordPress, I'm the bad guy. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Now, let's talk about what happens when you've decided on a few CMSs, decided on a few headless CMSs. You're starting to look at their partner page. You're starting to go down this route. You're starting to research and do your diligence. So I've sent you one. Let's talk to CoreDNA. I know you already work with them, but let's say you don't know who CoreDNA is, and I just send you to the landing page. And you trust my opinion. I say, hey, check these guys out. What is the very first section of the website that you would go to? Then what you would do from that section of the website once you start checking all the boxes. Talk to me about where you go to first, second, third. And then once you've decided to go ahead and opt in to a phone call demo, whatever it is, where you go to go ahead and get in touch with the person or people that you want to get in touch with. What does that process look like?
I'm probably going to go look actually at the product itself, see what they say from a marketing standpoint, why their flavored water is the best flavored water. Then I'm probably going to end up going to their blog section, see kind of what they're posting, see what resources they're providing to the community as a whole. Are we just, talking in salesy language? Are we actually trying to be a benefit to the community? Are we trying to help people actually get onto our system? Or is it, again, just sales tool? Then off of that, we're probably actually going to bounce off of their page, and I'm going to do a dive looking at like who's on their system. So I do a little bit of homework on BuiltWith and try to understand what tech stack people are running that are currently on their platform itself. I'm going to look at what it's related to. I'm going to understand where it falls in the Gartner Magic Quadrant. Is it easy for me to actually find your partnerships page? If it isn't, I'm going to do a little bit of digging. Do you actually have a partnerships program? Do you care about people? Is your partnerships program just about money? Do you make me pay to be a partner? If you make me pay to be a partner, hell no, I'm running away. If we have to go down sales, I totally will go down sales. But as you kind of mentioned earlier, going down sales can go down a really interesting rabbit hole that gets you not to talk to anybody. Ideally, I enjoy talking with somebody in the partnerships program itself within the company, or I want to talk with some vice president or above. The benefit of this is that when I'm actually talking to clients, if I say that I know officers inside the company, it makes the sell a whole lot easier. We're not talking about other flavored sugar waters anymore. We're talking about my relationship with you. We're no longer talking about the features. Nobody cares. We're now selling a premium service, and I'm selling the relationship. My customer's talking with me because they like our relationship. We're not talking about the other flavor waters. It's just, this is a flavor water that's interesting. This is a flavor that you like. Here, try this.
This is really good stuff. I'm taking some notes. What was really interesting is when you talked about what you asked them to make sure that the business side of their partnership, the understanding, the almost culture of their partner program is in sync with what you need to go ahead and take that next step. So can you talk me through that?
One, I would say that I'm not looking, especially with the CMS, I'm not looking for a referral relationship. I'm looking for a strategic partnership that I'm building my business around. Those are very important differences to actually mention. I think that's incredibly important because I think too many SaaS companies also want to say they have a partnership program and they charge money. Again, I cannot harp this enough. If I'm paying money to be a partner, I am not a partner. I am a customer. That's a very important definition. So beyond that, I would say that just because I'm a marketer doesn't mean I'm the devil. I have to enjoy selling and be passionate about selling what I'm actually trying to sell. I'm not just going to work for a little pen that you can inhale something in and then there's some sort of vapor. I can't mention it. I don't want to be sued. Please don't sue us, Will Ferrell. I'm not going to necessarily go work for the companies in Winston-Salem or just up in Richmond, Virginia, who I'm talking about. I have to believe in what I'm selling. So do I philosophically agree with what the business is actually building itself around? And I think that's the really important thing. And do we actually believe it's a partnership, not just a way for me to bring you revenue?
Yep. Got it. Yeah. And partner managers listening to this thinking like, yeah, but we have to know that you have something that's of value to us, which means deal flow, right? This is CMS. It's a totally different story. So,
yeah.
But that being said, even without the CMS as the discussion, I think it deserves a lot more vetting on both sides of the equation. So having those conversations, make sure you see eye to eye on the culture fit and that you have the right expectations, get those out of the way. And that will sort of segue into at least going down the right path, because it could stop right there, but the product could be so good that maybe you just become a really good referral partner. But if you really want that close partnership, that consulting partner or even reseller partnership, that is where you need to have those types of conversations.
Well, I think it's important. Like, I won't say the partner, but I mean, there was a partner that was relatively new for us. We provided our contracts closed this week. We brought $100,000 in revenue this month to them, and they didn't know me 3 months ago. It's one of those things that you can't necessarily judge somebody by their footprint, because I know my website's bad. There's a reason why I'm building a new website on Core DNA. I need a website that represents what I actually do. As it stands right now, most of my business is actually through referrals. So it's been this interesting cycle.
All right. Well, this is good. Great discussion. I learned a lot. I mean, the aspect of how you actually vet the partnership before getting on a call, what you look for on the site. I loved what you mentioned there. And I think what's going to be super interesting is when we back all this into, now we want to start creating services on top of the CMS. We've got some great discussions coming up on the SEO side of things and on the chat side of things that I'm eager to get out. So we'll get those recorded for everybody pretty soon, and look forward to seeing you guys on the next segment of In Between Two Partner Programs. Thank you again, Alex.
Have a good one.